wet on dry paper, wet drips on wet paper, gradient, dry brush, blending 2 colors. We're going to be doing that with our tempera cakes. Like this here. Scoot this to the side so we can try and fit both in. Let me zoom out just a tiny bit. There we go. Okay. We have our water cup. I'm going to open it up carefully. I'll set it up here. There we go. We have a brush and we have a paper towel. So let's go ahead and do the first one. Wet on dry paper. So I'm going to go ahead and get my brush. I'm going to get it wet. I'm going to give it a couple swirls. I like to start with the lighter colors, not the darker ones, because then our lighter color will get dirty. So let's say by accident we accidentally get a blue one and then we get our yellow one dirty. Well, that's an easy fix. So if we accidentally get it dirty, we stop. We get our paper towel, wipe off our paint, swirl it in the water, and then get that gunky color off. Get the gunky color off. Gunky color off. Just like so. All right. Now, let's try that again. Let's zoom out a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to get my brush, swirl it in the water. I'm going to get my yellow softly. You do not want to jab this. You want to go nice and soft. Soft. A couple times. There we go. Now that my brush is loaded with the yellow, I can go paint my circle. So I'm going to go ahead and paint it. This is the method most of you are going to know, where the brush is nice and wet. Just like that. All right, once you're done, you're going to want to get your napkin, wipe your brush before you swirl it in the water. That way you can get as much of the color off and your water doesn't get as dirty as quickly. All right, now let's see this one. Wet drips on wet paper. So the paper has to be wet. So I'm going to get my water. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually put just water on the paper. Put water on the paper. Just like so. I'm going to try and make sure I get it all wet. There we go. Once it's all wet, I'm going to get my brush. Let's go with orange for this one. So I'm going to get some orange. Some orange. Once my brush is loaded, I actually want to dip it in the water one more time. And I'm going to let just the brush naturally drip. I might need a little bit more water. Oh, this brush isn't really dripping. There we go. I just like seeing the water slowly expand. You can actually do more than one color for that. So I'm going to clean my brush off. Swirl it. Let's actually get some red. So I'm going to get some red. Just like so. Have it all loaded. Dip it in the water real quick. And now go ahead and let it spread. Ooh, that's really cool to see. Perfect. Once you're all done, you're going to clean off your brush. Now, a dry brush. So we're actually going to use no water, and we're going to get the red, whatever's on there, and you're going to try and paint. So when there's, that had a little bit of water. When there's no water, it makes these really streaky lines. That's how you know your brush is thirsty, and it definitely wants some water. Yeah, so when it's all streaky like that, your brush wants some water. I'm going to clean it off. Give it a couple swirls. For a gradient, let's go ahead. We've been using a lot of warm colors. Let's go ahead and use some, let's do purple. So I'm going to get some purple. And you actually want to make sure it's really, really soaked at first, because it's going to go from very, very intense to very, very light. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get very, very intense. And to create a gradient, you're actually going to get some water and slowly go down with just the water. That's all we're doing, adding water. And then some more water. I actually want to get some of the pigment off, so I'm going to wipe it off a little bit and get just water. Just like that. It's slowly getting lighter and lighter. So we went from really dark to lighten it up. Now blending two colors. Let's get the purple again. So let's start with purple. Get a little bit of water in the middle. And now we're going to transition that over. Hold on. We're going to transition that over to blue. So let's clean off our brush. Give it 2 swirls. And now let's get some blue. Let's transition it over to some blue. So now I'm going to go from really dark blue, get my water, and blend the two together. The two colors. Ooh, it's creating this really pretty purple. There you go. And it blends from 2 colors. When you're all done, one more time, wipe your brush. Give your water 2 swirls, 2 or 3 swirls. Wipe it off so that the water isn't dripping. Dump your dirty water. Put your dirty brushes in the purple cup, and then you're all good to go. And that's how we use the tempera cakes. And we create different types of things. As you can see, all the tempera cakes are intact. Make sure you share it with your partners. That's everything, friends. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.